Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities Tarot. My name's Rochelle and I'm doing a reading for the collective today. A whatever comes out reading. Starting with some prosperity dust. And going to some angel cards. Oh, I got two. We've got light, an angel holding a candle in each hand. And discernment, an angel in a car coming up to some kind of crossroads. Light and discernment. Maybe something about discernment is better in the light. It's easier to discern when you can see clearly. To discern what direction to go. It's kind of a past and a future thing happening here. And interesting too that the angel is holding two candles. There's two ways, there's two lights, there's something about two. Oh, and I think this angel has a furry friend. Yeah, a furry friend in the car. Looks like a dog. Maybe you have a dog, or maybe you know someone with a dog. Okay, so let me go over to the wisdom of the oracle. A change in the wind, number 12. Yep, that's pretty clear. There's a crossroads here. There's a change coming. And it's something that is, well, hang on. I can speak to it just yet. We've got imagine in reverse, number 20. Why? 31. We have 2, 3, 4, although it's 3, 2, 4. But it's like, that gives me the sense that it's a little bit like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But then there's a figuring out. Basically, there's this change that's coming, and you're really up in your head about it. You're thinking of, I don't know, it could be worst case scenario thinking, trying to prepare for the worst. There's something about preparing for the worst and not expecting the best. Thinking that, I don't know, it could have something to do with feeling like no matter what you choose, it's gonna be bad or wrong somehow. You're basically getting in your own way here. This is the idea of being a manifester. We all are. We're always manifesting all the time. The problem is that we aren't trained how to use our mind as a tool to manifest what we want. So we often end up manifesting what we don't want because, we live in a fear-based society. A lot of societies are. And it's like, be afraid. So we're getting the messages from the outside. And then also we are literally wired, biologically, we are wired to think in a negative way because it's a type of self-protection. And so, you're working against these forces, not working against. These forces have control over you, and you haven't, this could be in the past as well. Maybe you've already overcome something here with this why, but maybe you have carried this energy for a long time of expecting the worst, pretty much. And so imagining the worst, letting your mind run away with you, and then creating self-fulfilling prophecies and, manifesting in your, and it's like, oh, see, I knew it was going to happen. And there it is, that something happened just like I thought, just like I said. And so, Anyway, with this change coming, there's this kind of negative, almost like doomsday thinking. But then there's this questioning. Why do I think that this change is going to bring about something bad? Why am I always in my head about stuff? Why is this in particular really kicking up some major fear? Because that's really what it all goes back to, is fear. Every kind of thing that gets us stuck, that gets us feeling upset, it's the baseline of it is always, always, always fear. I do not use the word always lightly. And so, and there's something, okay, so this book has wings, and it's as if it's just landed, and she's like, oh, let me look at that. I need to explore something. It's like something is being dropped into your lap or handed to you or somehow is brought to you on the winds of change, and you're like, oh, that's curious. Let me look at this. Let me look at, it could be some kind of information about, like what I was just talking about how to manifest what you want versus what you don't want, right? Or maybe there's an exploration of simply how to be more adaptable to change. Maybe you're looking into Buddhism, or some kind of modality or thought, philosophy, something that is a little bit different than what you have learned prior to this, or that you really know about. If that made sense. So let me go over to the tea leaf fortune cards. Bird perched, waiting for news, package, letter. I feel like, yeah, it's tied to this change. Maybe you anticipate this change coming. You see it coming, you've gotten news about it, or you're waiting to hear. Somehow you're anticipating the change. Teardrops, great personal sorrow. Oh, and it's this is a change that you're not happy about. It makes me think of like, you get news that your house is going to be foreclosed on or something, or you feel like, like say you haven't been able to make your payments or something, and you're pretty sure that the bank is going to foreclose, and you're feeling sad about losing your house. It doesn't have to be that on that big of a scale though. Target, a goal-oriented person. Is that you? You could be this goal-oriented person. It could be where feeling this great personal sorrow makes sense why your mind is running away from you. You're like, God, my whole life is going to change because of this thing that's happening. I'm losing something that's really, really important to me. And feeling so sad about it, being in grief about it. Yeah. But then kind of rallying and being like, okay, well, what can I do? Being a goal-oriented person, you're not letting yourself get lost in the sorrow and just giving up. You're like, there must be a solution. There must be a reason why this is happening. And so you're looking at the why. Why is this happening? Why why do I feel so sad? Yeah, you're getting some kind of information that's helping you to figure out what, not only why, but what do you do next? Figuring out your why for what motivates you. What kind of, maybe you're being forced to shift goals. Maybe you've had, this long time goal of like, I don't know, say you're like, I want to become a doctor and I'm going to go to medical school, and you're waiting for the acceptance letter, and then you get the letter that says, we're sorry, you did not meet our standards, or whatever, and you're like feeling really, really sad about it. But then you're like, okay, well, that didn't work out, so how can I pivot? Maybe I can become a nurse practitioner, or a phlebotomist, or like you're kind of starting to think about like, well, okay, so maybe that particular door is closed, but what other doors are open, or what other things can I explore? You're not letting it keep you down. Hang on, I need some water. Water. Kitty confirmation for water. Okay, so let me go over to the Osho Zen Tarot. Success, 6 of fire. Okay. So, as often happens, change is a blessing in disguise. And I feel like that's potentially true in this case. But hang on. Guidance, 3 of rainbows. Silence. Silencio, 10, 15, 17. This is the I always want to call this the moon, but it's not the moon. This is the star. Aquarian energy. Kitty agrees. Kitty confirmation too on silence. That's funny. Okay, so you are being led to success. Success is yours. This blessing in disguise is actually just a blessing. Well, it feels like it's in disguise because here the angel is pulling this figure along, but she's looking back. But it's like, it's like the universe is like, no, it's time. The winds of change are taking you. You have no choice. You got to go. It's time to go. Something is the rug's being pulled out from under you, basically. But then it's like, oh, but actually it's a magic carpet. So, you kind of, it's like picturing someone being, the rug gets pulled out from under you. You go flying head over or feet overhead. And then just as you land on the magic carpet. But there's still looking back. It's like, but I was invested in that rug being on the ground in its spot. I don't want to go. I don't care if it's magic. I just want to stay where I'm at. And I think that's just a part of, it's a part of being human. We want what we want. We think that where we're at or whatever we have is the thing, and we don't want it to change. We do. We have a hard time with change, some more than others. And so there's a grieving. There's a grieving that needs to happen. And that's normal. That's okay. There's a longing, there's a sadness, there's a, okay, I gotta let this go. I wasn't prepared for this. Not fully. There isn't an anticipation here, but when it happens, it's like, oh, dang, that's tough. But with the success, I don't know, it could even be where the success is where you're at and you're like, I'm at the top of my game and everything's great, and all of a sudden you're being whisked away and you're like, wait, but see, it looks like this though. Yeah, see, the angel, Okay, so it could be that, but the angel is moving toward success, is pulling you toward success. But you're looking back at the past. And that's where the silence is. So it's like you're being forced to look at, it's like you're being forced to change your goals, to change your trajectory, to change what you even want. What is why? What is your why? What are your motives for whatever track you were on? Whatever track you were on with this discernment, you need the silence in order to tap into some kind of, like, your intuition has all the answers for you. Everything is within you to access. You've just been ignoring it, or just in your comfort zone, not wanting to make changes because, again, that's uncomfortable, and having to shift things around, there could be a lot of logistics involved, and it's like, oh my God, like, say you have to move. Oh, and I have to back up all my stuff, and I gotta, figure all these things out. Oh my God, yes, I've been there. But there's a light here. There's something is being illuminated. And so being a goal-oriented person, you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm being taken in a new direction. I'm shifting what my goals are because I'm being forced to, but okay, well, okay, I'm leaning in. Show me the money. Okay, so where are we at? Okay, so you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to take this over to the extended on Patreon. There's a link below if you're interested. I'm going to finish with, let me finish with the Moonology deck here and just get a final kind of what to expect moving forward beyond this success, or what's a part of this success. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Yeah, you've got some fears to work through. That's exactly what I was talking about. What do you need to release? What do you need to release? What are you being taken away from that is causing great personal sorrow? What and why? I was talking about that. Or sorry, that was working through your fears. What and why? Why and what? This is something that you have intuitively known that wasn't actually your right path, but it was good enough or something. It was comfortable. Don't let pride get in your way, full moon in Leo. Don't let pride stop you. I don't think you will, but that's a part of the personal sorrow. Your ego has taken a hit, or is going to be. Don't let that stop you. Let yourself be taken on that magic carpet ride. Cue the song, right? All right, I'm leaving it there. Have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah.